This video is brought to you by CENDANA, Malaysia's umbrella body for the cultural and creative economy, connecting creators, regulating bodies, private businesses, policymakers, and consumers, nurturing these entities individually while keeping a collective goal. For more information, do check out the links in the description below. Now, the problem with Facebook and, let's say, Instagram, now Twitter is a little bit different, as we all know. Pinterest also, they all function for very different purposes. But Instagram and Facebook are the two, I would say, main culprits when it comes to, yes, providing an ecosystem for artists to brand themselves. Now, at the beginning of time, all of this was fine because we all knew that that was the only way and the only choice for us to kind of have any sort of exposure, right? And the aesthetics that were at the time, it still is. Instagram has a very, very beautiful aesthetic to it, and it still sort of maintained that aesthetic. The only problem is that they are sort of copying everyone at every single time and trying to become everyone else, that now we don't really know who it is for. And I know for certain it is not for artists because, yes, at the start of time, it was a perfect platform for photographers to really get onto, and even a platform to develop photographers. But nowadays, anyone can do anything, and the stuff that we see on that is absolutely non-artistic. It's crazy. Now, this leads me to the second part, right? Because we talked about creativity, and you need the right environment to develop creativity, right? So artists have to go to theaters, galleries, schools to really sort of develop that thing. And when we all sort of congregate in one platform, let's say Instagram, now we take this as an example, the things that you see on there, cats and dog photos, a lot of skin, crazy prank videos, and most of all, just people's lives, like drinking coffee and all that. Like, I'm not really interested in seeing those things, but those things get a whole lot of virality sometimes just because, someone has a really nice face. Now, nothing wrong with that. The only problem is it's just not the right environment, and I think it's quite ridiculous for artists to kind of compete on that platform. So I'm really interested to get your thought on this. What do you think about that?
Well, it's just it's very, as you said it, I would describe it this way. But like with all the theaters and the galleries, and we have spaces dedicated to those in the real life, dedicated to art. And now we want to crack everything into one single space with everything else around the world, and it's, we're trying to do it in such a manner with all those videos and all those reels, those lifestyles and everything, that it just doesn't make sense. It's cluttered with everything. And with this, you're perceiving that specific art, right? And also the fast pace of the content. Like what if you want to be successful on Instagram or TikTok, what do they say to you? Be consistent every day, 2 times a day, and like do it with art. It's not simple. Like art needs a lot of more space. It needs more time to create that art. It needs time to understand, to appreciate that art. And with the fast pace of social media, it's just, ridiculous. It's ridiculous from artists and from people who want, I think, quality content in the artistic way, to think or to believe that Instagram is a good place for art. It's like take a painting and go to a disco, and it's nothing against discos, I like discos, but take a painting and go there to those drunken people and look, this is my art, I've created this. They'll be like, what are you doing here? But take that same, painting and put it in a gallery. You see, that's the difference. And this is what Instagram is not providing for artists. But artists are providing this content for Instagram still. Even if they're not getting nothing back from it, they are doing it. So we are kind of supporting this ecosystem, and we don't even know about it, or we don't think about it this way. But every story, every post is just time spent from other users on that post. And we are collectively building Instagram's reach, traction, everything. So we are not only like, I wouldn't say victims, but I would say victims of the system. We're actually building the system.